thanks to the support as a channel member, Brad Moran. Well, this is one of the most backdoor Kev situations we've ever had. 2 games remaining of the season. We're 5 points outside of the playoff spots. It's going to take something of a miracle. Hello and welcome to Club 2, Part 4 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have those final 2 games of the season. We're away against Oxford and then at home against Hull. Hull are one of the teams we are chasing, although actually we can't catch them. We're 7 points behind them. Realistically, it's got to be Norwich. Norwich have got to crumble. Norwich are playing... Who are Norwich playing? Norwich are at home against West Brom, who are down in mid-table. And then on the final day, we're at home against Hull, who are above us. Meanwhile, Norwich will be away against Middlesbrough, who are... I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? It's all very sad. I'm also trying to get this money spent before the transfer deadline closes. I've got 3 players that I've identified. I'm trying to be a good boy and not use loads of instalments. So I've just made them all transfer targets, and I'm letting my director of football negotiate them. A little bit alarmed about that. But you know what? He's quite good, and we do need them to be fully scouted before the deals go through. But yeah, those might be my boys who are coming in just to get that money spent, just so that we don't lose it, because the moment the season ends, we get that budget. We need to make sure we don't lose that money. Let's try and win this football match. It's Travers in goal. A back four of Scales, Gozzi, Elaine and Bree. Eccles at the base of the midfield, Keating and LOLLUJO ahead of him. Johnson on the left, Aguier on the right, Scarlett up front. I mean, task 1, stage 1 of the job, win today whilst Norwich lose. Or I guess Burnley could lose as well. I mean, we're well behind Burnley on goal difference, so the chance of us catching Burnley is fairly slim. Unless we win like 6-0 today and they get a thumping. Then really it's a case of we need to win whilst Norwich lose. And if that happens, we go into the final day of the season still with a chance. And Dane Scarlett had his 7th goal of the season and he's walloped that one. Goodness me, what a way to open the scoring. Maybe we will win 6-0 today. That would be a lovely thing if we could pull that off. 1-0 to Coventry. We'll very quickly have a look at it from the other angle because it was such a good finish. This is what we spent £7 million on from Dane Scarlett. He hasn't quite reached the levels we hoped he would reach. He's had a couple of injury problems, but that was positive. That suggests next season he might get there. As it stands right now, we are 3 points behind Norwich, so they're still drawing. And that's not going to be enough because they've got a 10-goal advantage on goal difference. So them drawing... not going to get the job done. They do need to lose whilst we win. And Boateng intercepts nicely. LOLLUJO plays it forward to Johnson. Johnson inside of the post. Oh, you can't get much closer. They've got a player called Kevin in their team. I want a player called Kevin in my team. That's a really great name. I need to... Oh, no, that's terrible. That is just poor from us. I'm so distracted by somebody having one of the greatest names in history. I don't really want to see the replay of that. I'm just going to skip over that. And I'm going to try and find this guy called Kevin they've got in their team. Where is he? I definitely saw the name Kevin. I guess this guy, Kevin Villodres, is just known as Kevin. We're probably not going to be able to spend £20 million on him. They got him on a free transfer. Oh, I mean, maybe we do need to scratch 20 million together. That can be the consolation prize. We're not going to get into the playoffs today as things stand. But if we can sign a man called Kevin, that's probably better than getting to the Premier League, I would think. Keating plays it across to Eccles. And now LOLLUJO to Scales. Scales tries to give it back to LOLLUJO. He's been fouled. That's a penalty kick. And fingers crossed, we can go back into the lead in this game. It's going to be Johnson to take, who's probably someone we'll look to move on this summer. He's in his 30s. He's got high value. He's missed a penalty when we needed him to score it. He's probably done. LOLLUJO wants to go back to France as well, so he's probably another one. His value is around about the £20 million mark, supposedly, as well. So we can get 15, 20 million for him. That'll set us up very nicely for the summer. He's not setting us up very nicely for the second half, though, because he's picked up an injury, so he's going to have to come off. Mark Leonard is going to come on. We are down to the bare bones in midfield. We've barely used Mark Leonard since I've been here. He's another one who will be looking to bin off this summer. He's hitting an out-swinging corner here. I hate an out-swinging corner, but it falls to Boateng, who hits it, comes out to Gozzi now. He plays it all the way back to Alain. And now Bree into Leonard. I think Leonard's offside. I mean, it's a beautiful finish, but he is offside. The linesman's flag is up. It's a very good finish, though, from Leonard. More stuff like that, please. I mean, we've got to go attacking here. Anything other than a win is not good enough. Norwich are losing. Oh, my word. We really, really, really need to win this game. If we bottle it on our end while Norwich do their bit, that makes it even worse. Come on, boys. We need a goal here. Somebody find something from somewhere for me. I would very much like to get into the playoffs. Johnson's been absolute trash. Bonner comes on for him. We're also going to take off Keating. No, we're not. We've got no one to bring on for him. We'll take off Scales and bring on Kessler Hayden to go on at left back. And we're going to demand more again. And all eyes on Dane Scarlett. I guess maybe we take off a midfielder and throw Okereke on up front. And that's a poor attempt at a long throw. Eccles is probably the guy who's going to be withdrawn here. Over to Alain and now Leonard. Eccles over the top to Bree. He just needs to square it. We've got men in the middle if he can find one of them. Bonner is one of them. He's hit the crossbar. Leonard's hit the post. We've hit the frame of the goal twice in one move there. Right. Throw another attacker on. What have we got? We've got Okereke. He's the only one, really. So he's going to come on for Keating, who's shattered. Get him up, playing as a pressing forward. Eccles can just stay there behind Leonard. Bree is tiring as well. I guess Kessler Hayden can go across there. Kitchen can come on at left back, and at least it gives us the aerial threat from corners then as well. We'll give it 5 minutes, and I guess we have to go very attacking. Norwich are still losing. We've got to win the game. A draw is not enough. That missed penalty is going to haunt us. Gozzi heads clear-ish, but it's with the Oxford player on the edge of the area. It comes back in. Travers can't get there. We're losing. We're actually bottling it ourselves. This isn't how today was supposed to go. Norwich are doing their bit. Why are we being so pathetic against a rubbish team like Oxford? I'm berating them because this is not okay. Norwich have equalised, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But look at the state of those match stats. For us to lose this game, when it matters, what is their goalkeeper doing there? Our keeper's forward, but their keeper's positioning was horrific. Bonner sticks it in the top corner. He needs to be playing more football next season. He's a very good footballer. He's still very young. He's the kind of player to build this attack around. But we still need another one, and we still need Norwich to concede. I love the fact that Travers is the guy who is in there trying to get onto the end of it, and he doesn't even flee. He doesn't win the ball, but he still doesn't retreat. Norwich are losing again. Oh no, the opportunity was there and we've blown it. We have blown it, boys and girls. That's another year in the Championship for us, which I guess in the grand scheme of things is probably for the best, because we were not ready to make the step up to the Premier League. I don't know why it's taken my schedule off of there. Look how long that unbeaten run is as well. But we'll just get the confirmation. Yeah, we're 4 points behind Norwich with a game to go. That's a shame. That's sad. But we just need to get these transfers over the line now before next season's budget comes through. We've got like 6 days to finalise 3 transfers. Let's rush. Well, we managed to get 2 of them confirmed, and we've withdrawn from the other one because as soon as this ticks over to tomorrow, I think budgets come through, so we don't want it to come out of next season's budget. These were very much throwing the last bits of cash around. But Tim Irogbunam is going to be joining us from Everton for £850,000. He's been on loan at Derby this year in League One. And Samuel Illing is coming in from Southampton. So he was at Aston Villa. He's gone to Southampton, and we're now picking him up for a little bit more than they paid for him, I think. Oh yeah, 3.3 million he's coming in for, to be a nice little option for us on the left-hand side. We've also got a few Premier League youngsters coming in. They're not likely to be first teamers like they were when we were at Brackley, but they can fill out the youth team. and we like filling out the youth team. But final day of the season, we're rotating massively. I've done quick pick, well, not quick pick, selection advice, no, quick pick and rotated squad. We're just going to look at some of the fringe players. Salvi making a debut, youngster Georgios Eleftheriadis, who has got pretty decent potential, is going to get a full game for us. Kessler Hayden doesn't get to start very often. Christ Teehee, who we'll be getting rid of in the summer. What a waste of money. Goodness me, this club wasted some money. This guy, I didn't even realise he existed. Kai Yearn. Never heard of him. He's on his way. Leonard's going to start for us. Colwell, who's hopefully going to be on his way out as well. Bonner gets another start. Okereke gets another start. Let's see how the rotation options do against a Hull team that are already in the playoffs and presumably will want a bit of a result to try and stay there. Or not, I mean, they're going to stay there. They want good form going into them, because the last thing you want to do is go into the playoffs off the back of a defeat, because the playoffs always about who's the most informed team. We could spoil Hull's day. I have nothing against Hull. They invented chip spice, and chip spice is great. So I'm probably, I owe a lot to Hull. They've also got one of my boys in their team, Adam Eder, who I'd very much like to imagine him and Dane Scarlett up front for us next season. If he's available at a reasonable price, get him, get Micah Beerif, get Liam Delap, just get all of them together, all of my championship strikers that I've had over the years, and just play four up front. Let's outscore the opposition. It's the LOLLUJO way, right? Eleftheriadis, probably might be saying that wrong, but forces a corner, and Bonner is going across to take it. I don't really know who our aerial threats will be. I guess Gozzi is the one we'd be aiming at here. Cross comes in, and there is Gozzi, but can't get any contact with it. And there is the guy I didn't know existed, Yearn, and Gozzi gives the ball away, but wins it back again, whilst also kicking the kneecap off of the guy who had it. But sometimes you just got to kick yourself a kneecap. I am for it. I have no issue with a little bit of rough and tumble on occasion. Can we do a goal, please? I'd really like to end the season on a positive after how upsetting that previous match was, especially because Norwich still seem to be bottling. There's no chance they're winning the playoffs. They've done their very best to fall out of them, and we missed the opportunity. The door was being held wide open for us. They're losing again now against Middlesbrough. They're actually going to lose both of the games. And if we'd have just not been pathetic, we'd be in the playoffs. And that does sting a little. If they'd have just, I was going to say, if Coventry had just hired me a few matches earlier, they won 3 matches in a row before I arrived. They'd have had to have hired me about 6 weeks earlier, and there's no guarantee I'd have won those 3 in a row. Oh, you know what? This team was in a relegation battle when I arrived. The board wanted me to finish mid-table. We've finished comfortably top half, just outside the playoffs. It's been a good season, and we are nicely set up to have an even better season next year. If we're not challenging for the playoffs next year, I will be troubled by that, because I think we are putting together a team that is more than capable of being competitive in this league, especially if we're going to get a nice big transfer budget for us to spend this summer as well. If after rushing through those last couple of transfers, if I find out that we're only getting a small budget after all that kerfuffle, I'll be quite cross, because I feel like I'm owed £7 million of budget now. It's what I've been promised, but we've been caught by that in this save already. Brackley promised me that 350,000 years ago, and I never got it. Dane Scarlett starting to score consistently. That bodes really well for next season. If we can keep him fit all year, and if Bonner continues to push on with the new wingers we've got knocking around the place, our attack is going to look pretty special next year, and I'm very excited about it. See, we're ruining Hull's day, but sometimes you just got to ruin Hull's day. I didn't want to put that on. Yeah, get that away. I don't know who plays with that on. Nobody, surely. Right, Leonard to Bonner. Bonner, look at that. He's gone round 2 men. I tell you what, Jai Bonner is very, very good at football. I am becoming more and more impressed with that boy as time goes on, and maybe that was an actual good piece of business from Coventry before I arrived. There wasn't a lot of it, but he definitely is part of it. He can come off to a standing ovation after playing as well as he has again today. Marusic can come on to slot in there just to show you Bonner, because I know some of you are number pervs. There you go. That's for the number pervs. I mean, he's quick. That's why it's all about the physicals. That's the thing with attackers. It's all about the physicals. Bonner has them, and he is going to score a lot of goals. Maybe we need to make him and Scarlett our rotation centre forwards and stop pushing Bonner out wide. Maybe move Okereke on because he's getting on a little bit. Salvi had one thing to do today and he's not managed to do it. So I don't think he's the answer in goal for us. I mean, to be fair, Travers hasn't let us down. I think he's probably fine. Oh, it's so frustrating how close we've come to getting into those playoffs. To bottle it the way we bottled it. It will trouble me for some time. Kessler Hayden plays it through to Boateng. And he squares it for Camera, of all people. And obviously he misses. It's back with Kessler Hayden again. And he's going the wrong way. Go the other way, lad. Right, Elaine gives it back to him. And we'll just have the final whistle now. We'll score a goal, then we'll have the final whistle. Gozzi's there! But he can't keep his header down. And it remains 2-1. And that should be how it ends, please. Boateng plays it forward to Scarlett. It goes past his man with ease, but then hands it off to Kessler Hayden, which is probably the wrong move. It's back with Scarlett again, and that's a better pass to Kessler Hayden. And if he can slide it across, he can. Scarlett's brought down, surely. No penalty. Where's the VAR at this level? It's about time we had VAR. Elaine comes across to cover. Nice and comfortable for him. Leonard with one of his final touches in a Coventry shirt, hopefully. Kessler Hayden into Boateng. We've got 3 options ahead of him. He just needs to pick the right one. He's decided to go it alone. I mean, look at this from Boateng. What a goal! Oh, my word. That's a nice way to end the season. That's goal of the season, surely. Look at where he picks the ball up. Look at the number of players he beats. Look at where he ends up. And then it's an incredible finish as well. We are going to be a good attacking team next year. Oh, I'm ready. Give me my £7 million budget. No confirmation. We'll find out about that in the next video, I guess. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.